Hey folks, it's Rob from Rob's Movie Collection, and here's a little impromptu haul video. And by impromptu, I mean I'm too tired and lazy to set up a really nice display, so we're just gonna do it this way. Most of the stuff I got from Book Off, which is my local used bookstore slash movie place, because I don't like a lot of the new stuff these days, so I tend to be getting a lot of stuff from the used place. So because I can collect older classic movies. So let's get on with it. Now, first we got Slums of Beverly Hills. This is with Alan Arkin, Marissa Tomei, Natasha Lyonne. This is a pretty funny film, quirky, that type of film. First time I ever saw her. And of course, I already knew Alan Arkin because he was already a classic actor by then. And by the way, most of these are DVDs, if not all of them. Addicted to Love. Here's one I've been trying to get for a while. Can't seem to find it on Amazon at a decent price or at all sometimes. So, but I came across it at Book Off, and yeah, I enjoyed this one. This one's pretty good. Meg Ryan back in her heyday, and a little combo with Matthew Broderick. Pretty funny. And here's one I've been trying to get for a long time to add to my musical section. Easter Parade. This is the 2-disc special edition. I mean, I can find it on Amazon, but it's kind of pricey, or you find it at Barnes & Noble, and it's still kind of pricey. But one of my favorite, one of Judy Garland and Fred Astaire's best. There you go. Definitely this one and Meet Me in St. Louis were two that I definitely wanted, and I finally got them both, so that's good. Balls of Fury. I don't know why, just because it's just sometimes I just need stupid, you know. And there's no more stupid than Balls of Fury. Yeah, whatever happened to Christopher Walken? He used to be like, remember him in The Deer Hunter, for God's sakes? Yeah. Well, okay. But definitely on an upswing here. We got the Sting special edition of the Sting, the Legacy series. I remember seeing this at Target, and I kind of dragged my feet a little bit on it, and I thought, oh, it'll come down in price a little bit. And then, of course, it didn't. It just freaking disappeared. So this one's got 2 discs, got a bunch of bonus features, and yeah, now I've got this used one. It's in good condition, pretty good. But, of course, I'd rather have had the brand new one, which I should have pulled the trigger on back in the day when I saw it at Target. But, oh well. You snooze, you lose. Beastmaster special Divi Max series edition. I have no idea what that is. But, yeah, Beastmaster is a great fantasy movie from the 80s. I already have Beastmaster on another disc, but I like this one, so I figured a different version with a couple of other special features would be good. So there you go. Next up, I got this one called Ghost Ship, which has a lenticular cover. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that kind of changing from skull type thing. Never seen it, but I don't really get to enjoy a lot of horror movies, especially a lot of the modern ones, because they're mostly gore fests, and just don't like the modern ones as much. But I like a good ghost movie, and apparently Ghost Ship is a stylish effects packed chiller from House on Haunted Hill and 13 Ghosts producer Joe Silver, Robert Zemeckis. So might be good for me. Maybe I can enjoy that one. And from Ghosts to Animated Fish, The Incredible Mr. Limpet with Don Knotts. This is definitely a big family movie. I used to watch this a lot when I was a kid. Funny movie with Don Knotts. He made some pretty good movies around the time he left the Andy. This is why he left the Andy Griffith Show, which was sorry to see him leave, but he did make some pretty good movies. There is a crab character here that when I first saw Little Mermaid and Sebastian, I thought, okay, yeah, these guys making Little Mermaid obviously used to watch this when they were kids, because it's not even subtle, man. Laser Blast. Such a bad movie from the 70s. I was obsessed with seeing this movie when I was a kid because I just saw the commercials and it was just really cool. And had these animated aliens. And not the greatest movie. Definitely a B movie, maybe even a C movie. But I definitely remember this one. And I was like, wanted it and wanted to have it. So, yay. And back to Alan Arkin, one of his best, The Last of the Red Hot Lovers. This is a Neil Simon story, or probably based on a play, or I don't know if based on either. These are usually based on plays, on his plays. But Alan Arkin, Sally Kellerman, Paula Prentice, Renee Taylor. So yeah, very funny. I remember seeing this when I was a kid on TV. Haven't seen it in a very long time, so that's why I actually got it, because I wanted to revisit that. The Duke, John Wayne and Lana Turner in The Sea Chase. Continuing to bolster my John Wayne collection. More and more of his stuff. And yeah, the Orange County Airport will always be known as the John Wayne Airport to me. The Unsinkable Molly Brown. Gosh, anything with Debbie Reynolds, just, Debbie Reynolds is fantastic. And this one's not even open. It's just it's still put together. Of course, she was on the Titanic, and that's why she's called the Unsinkable Molly Brown. So, co-star Nate Begley Jr.'s dad. So, look forward to that. The Core. I've been trying to get The Core for a while. Not because it's a fantastic movie, because it isn't, but it falls into that genre of disaster type movies, where something horrible is going to happen and the earth is going to be destroyed, and brave scientists have to, save the earth, like Armageddon or Deep Impact or whatever. But I remember when I first saw this, it kind of took me back to the old movies from the 50s and 60s when they were trying to save mankind, and they have like a ship that has like a cone to it, and it's got a drill in it, and it's ridiculous. But but every time I would come across it over at Book Off, the disc was always scratched or something, or it cost like $18 or something, which I'm gonna pay $18 for a used movie, but $2.50, well, that was definitely better. And then Demetrius and the Gladiators. I actually think I already have this on one of those combo discs, but I kind of like having the individuals sometimes, especially for the good ones, the ones that I really like. So this is with Victor Mature, who was really great in these sword and sandal epics. So I think if I remember correctly, I think it might even be a sequel to The Robe. Yeah, this enormously successful sequel to The Robe. Yeah, because Victor Mature was in that. So awesome. Okay. On the Beach, Gregory Peck, Ava Gardner, Fred Astaire, and Anthony Perkins. I'd never actually heard of this movie, but I was reading the back of it, and apparently it takes place at the end of a war where practically all the Earth is destroyed, and there's radiation, and these guys are trying to find a place where I guess there isn't radiation or something. I don't know, but I've never heard of this one before. It's new to me, so that's fine by me. Whatever. But it sounds interesting, so I thought I'd give it a shot. All right, and next up I got The Butcher's Wife. It's a movie with Demi Moore and Jeff Daniels. Kind of hard to describe it. I guess it's a fantasy, yeah. But it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I think I had this on VHS too. But it's kind of a romantic comedy fantasy type of movie. But it's got some good actors in it. Jeff Daniels, Mary Steenburgen is in it. George Junza, pronounce his name. Francis McDormand. So yeah, pretty good. I enjoyed that one. Arabian Nights. This is a classic older movie with Maria Montez and Sabu, who once played, I believe, Mowgli in one of the early Jungle Book versions back in the day. Yeah, this is a pretty old one. old enough not to be rated. So I like these older ones, and especially like that story, Arabian Nights. And another classic musical, Yankee Doodle Dandy. This is James Cagney's portrayal of George M. Cohen, the vaudevillian. I think he was a vaudevillian. It's a 2-disc special edition. When I was a kid, I first knew about Cagney as a John Travolta remembers Cagney as the gangster guy. And then the first time I saw him as George Cohen was actually in a Bob Hope movie called The Seven Little Boys, in which he kind of guest starred, playing the character from this movie. And they had a little dance number. And then I eventually ended up seeing this movie, and I was just shocked that that gangster guy he dances and sings. I was surprised, but it was a pretty good movie, and I enjoyed it, and good addition to the musical section. And 2-disc special editions, can't resist that. I'm such a whore for 2-disc special editions. Pam Grier, that's all you gotta know. Pam Grier, Pam Grier's in it. That's it. Coffee, I think this is one of her famous ones, or maybe the most famous one. The blaxploitation films from the 70s, and she's a badass. She's always a badass in these movies. And boy, nobody wears a low-cut dress like Pam Grier. And along the same veins, Cleopatra Jones. Yeah, there she is. Brenda said Bernie Casey. I love Bernie Casey. Shelley Winters, of course. Shelley Winters. Yeah, I've heard about this one. I probably did see it when I was a kid, because I've mentioned before, when I was a kid in Hollywood, they used to show on Channel 13 kung fu movies, blaxploitation movies, and occasionally the kaiju films. All those were more Channel 9. But so I would see a lot of these. Of course, these were mostly edited down. Sometimes they didn't seem to make any sense, but I'm sure this is probably one of them. Rocky 5. I've got all the Rocky films. This is the last one. This is the one that I was looking for. Not the best one of the series, but I wanted the whole series, and yeah, finally found it. So I've got a special edition of the first Rocky film, and then I got these versions of the other Rocky films. So yeah, this one is not the best one. He goes back to being Rocky on the street again, which never made any sense to me. Why after Rocky 4 he supposedly has brain damage, and his brother-in-law lost his wealth, but I'm like, that would make him poor again. He just make the Rocky grill or something like George Foreman did. He'd make money again from just his celebrity status. He wouldn't go back to being on the street. That was hilarious. But anyway, this one I got off of Amazon, I believe. Yeah, because it's brand new. Skin Deep with John Ritter. It's a Blake Edwards film. It's probably not one of the more known ones, but a very funny film. And the comedy that glows in the dark. And I'm not even going to tell you why that is the tagline. You'd have to see it. And it's definitely worth seeing it to know why that's the tagline. Pretty good, pretty funny film. Definitely something I did not expect to see John Ritter in, because I just knew him as Jack Tripper at the time. But it's a very funny film. Check it out. And honestly, I don't even remember getting this. But Meryl Streep, Hugh Grant, I've heard this is a pretty good film. I've seen bits of it here and there. So yeah, I'll check it out. It was good. I don't know what the hell this is. Jack Hunter. I think I might have even gotten this at the dollar store. It kind of looks like an Indiana Jones ripoff, but boy, Indiana Jones just ruined it for all adventure type films, because they're all compared to Indiana Jones. They all are all called Indiana Jones ripoffs. But then again, look at them. And it might be right on this one with the hat and everything. I don't know. I think there's a series of these, but it's probably like a B film. Who knows? For $1, whatever. Major Dundee with Charlton Heston. Yeah. don't know if I've seen this one or not, but I like Charlton Heston a lot, so I figured I would try it out. Western, I believe, yeah. Cavalry, yeah. Why not? Like I say, I'm going more for the older films these days, but sometimes I do get some modern ones, and I did get this one at Walmart just earlier today. Werewolves Within. I keep seeing clips about this on YouTube. Mostly I see the clip where he plays the music and she's dancing and she looks really cute, and she's the girl from AT&T in those commercials. It's kind of a mystery. It's got a werewolf. They're trying to figure out who the werewolf is. I already know who the werewolf is, which is kind of a shame because I looked it up. But we'll see. We'll see. I do like this actor. I don't know what's his name. Sam Richardson. I don't know what else he's been in, but I've seen him here and there, and he seems very likable. It's a modern day werewolf rated R film, so it's probably somewhat gory. I don't know how gory. I'm not a gore fan. I don't really like it. It kind of often ruins the movie for me, but we'll see. We'll see how much there is. I can take up to a certain point and before it kind of ruins it for me. So we'll see. Hopefully it won't be so much that I can't enjoy it. So we'll see. And then came across this at Walmart. Wings, complete series. I've got the first and second series that I bought at Fry's before they went out of business, but I was never able to find the rest of the seasons. And so that's why I got this, because I do enjoy this series and get to see it for a while. Now, unfortunately, this is Mill Creek, and I hate Mill Creek. I did a whole video about how crappy their packaging is. I've got this that 70s show that's just really bad packaging, but this one seems to be not like that. This is pretty hard. So of course there's like, gosh, how many of these discs in here? Well, there's a lot of discs in there, I'm sure, and we'll see how they package them in there. But yeah, I always enjoy this show, and definitely time to revisit it. Okay, now, finally, one last thing, and this is dedicated to Mike Wilson from Gray 1951. That's right, Mike. I finally got it. Black Sunday. That's right, with Barbara Steele. For those of you who don't know, Mike is the #1 Barbara Steele fan. Leader and creator of the unofficial Barbara Steele fan club. I don't know, maybe, who knows, probably is. But I'm not even going to try to tell you anything about this film because I haven't seen it, but I certainly heard about it enough and this scene and all that. And but I don't, even if I did know about it, I wouldn't even presume to try to tell you anything about it, because the one guy who can tell you better about this film and more about this film and with more passion about it and its star is, of course, Mike at Gray 1951. So you should just go over there, and he's got a video about this and a lot more about her. So there you go, Mike. I finally got it. I believe this is my second Barbara Steele film, so little by little I will try to collect as many as I can. And yeah, there you go. I was going through the shelves and I spotted it and like, that one has to happen. Gotta grab that one. Cannot let that one go, because Mike would somehow know that I passed it up and never forgive me. So okay, there you go. That is my quick little haul, and yeah, hope you guys are doing well with everything that's going on. And yeah, let's try to stay positive, hopefully, these days, if we can, and things will hopefully get better. Okay, keep watching those movies, especially Barbara Steele movies. All right, see ya.